saw that movie?
This movie is awesome.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me about it, because it's blue.
Over the years, I've become a bit more comfortable with talking about my experiences down there at the site. But some of them, they're still just...
They don't want to think about it.
Yeah, it's just something that they just want to forget.
Right. That's so incredible. I didn't think that you would know about this movie. You know, when I first handed it to you, I thought, you know, you're sort of an army person's wife, and, you know.
Oh no, I'm an artist and I do a lot of reading on quantum physics.
Ah. A new reality.
Because to just forget about it would be a travesty.
Really? Tell me about that.
I think, no, for some people in the public, they're probably tired of hearing about it.
Yeah.
So they just want to forget that it happened. Like, oh, what's the big deal? It was in the past. No, it's not that it was in the past.
Right.
You know, just sure, yeah, it was in the past, but still, you know, just for what, until we know exactly what happened, what went wrong, and who dropped the ball, I think it can't be put to rest until we know who dropped the ball.
Well, now tell me, what did you think when Frank went down to work at the World Trade Center afterwards? Were you together then? You know.
Yeah, I was 16.
We were actually, the morning the Trade Center fell down, we were coming back from a club. We sat down and ate breakfast in that little park right across the street where they used to have that statue of the guy in the briefcase. We ate breakfast right there. We go home, starting to go to sleep. Next thing we know, people banging on the door. Trade Centers are falling. Trade Centers are falling. Oh, crap.
So you were having breakfast? You were having breakfast?
At 6 o'clock in the morning.
We actually even had a cigarette right under the World Trade Center. We were on the sidewalk, right underneath the building, looking around.
6 a.m.
At 6 a.m.
Really? Because you've been like partying all night, huh?
Yeah.
We're at this club Downtime.
Downtime. Wow.
It's a gothic club.
Well, now owned by
And then we were supposed to wake up early. We were supposed to go to Staten Island, go to sleep for like an hour, come back, take the train, go to Chinatown to get materials so I can make clothes with. But we didn't wake up early, thank God. Otherwise, we would have been crushed.
So what do you think? Do you think the right thoughts? That you were not crushed? I mean, not to say that people who were crushed weren't. Of course, we're not going to blame. You know what I mean? When you say we create our reality, that's not something where you blame people who need
I'm glad we decided to sleep a little longer that morning.
Yeah, right.
Usually I'm in a rush to do what I have to do, but I decided to sleep.
Now, tell me, Frank, you pitched in to help the day after? Because you're in the Army?
I was there at 11:30 in the morning.
Really?
We were
right
down at the site.
You were like right on it.
I was in the
But when did they explode?
the towers.
Yeah.
Well, the first one was at what was it, 8:26, and the other one was at 9:23.
No, but when they actually came down.
That was at 9:23.
So it was all rubble when you were there.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got there and.
Both of you?
The thing that they won't tell you in the news. No, she stayed.
No, I cried and begged him not to call the Army and just pretend like you didn't wake up till nighttime and call them later like, oh, I just woke up, but he said that he would have gotten in trouble.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you're a good patriot. There's the umbrella there, red, white, and blue, right? So
one of the things that pissed me off is that
I was worried because of all the silica dust flying around. I didn't want him to inhale all those things.
Nah, I brought my own HEPA filter. I was in the Guard part time. On
National Guard.
Yeah, the National Guard. You know, the reservists. But other than that, I did construction work. So I had my own HEPA filter and gloves and whatnot, safety glasses. I brought that down with me. Horrible. It's like a human ticker take parade.
Wow.
Disgusting. But I don't think it was terrorists that brought them down. I really don't. I think it was a way to get funding for the military to get new ordnance.
Are you shared by your colleagues, your friends in the Army?
Some of them.
Because I take it, Gloria, he's you're changing your shirt there. She was concerned because she loves you. She didn't want you to get hurt, right?
Yeah, I was very worried about him. I didn't want any of those buildings to collapse on him, all the things that weren't sturdy.
Thanks. We're creating new realities here. I really feel it, you know what I mean? But I mean, you must have put a lot of love and attention on him, and you know, I mean, you look like...
I didn't get to see him for, what was it, 2 weeks?
Yeah, they gave me, after 2 weeks, we got a day and a half to go home.
You mean you were on it 2.5 weeks?
No, I was there for a month.
But I mean, every day you were down there?
Every day. We lived in Battery Park. We set up tents and we stayed there.
Both of you lived there?
No. She stayed on Staten Island.
You stayed on Staten Island.
It was horrible.
My unit.
It was horrible, absolutely horrible. I've been with him every day forever.
Wow, so you know, since high school you've been together.
Yeah, so for something terrible like that to happen, it really brought out the evil arminess of Bush.
Well, you know, some people say Bush didn't even know. I mean that to say that he knew his political shorthand, that he was also, if he didn't capitulate, he would have been assassinated. Does that make sense? I mean, he's not really hero stuff, right? They say he didn't even go in the army.
No, he skipped out on his National Guard.
Is that like a known thing with your buddies?
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that, but Dan Rather had to apologize and he still got fired.
See, that's what you call that bullshit.
Hey, but look at you guys seem really kind of blessed. Don't you feel your attitude? You're not worried, you're talking, you're being Americans?
Well, alright. There's this Irish proverb that I try to live by. Like, I'm not really Irish myself, but it makes a lot of sense. It goes, if you're Irish, there are only but 2 things in life for you to worry about. Either you are sick or you are well. If you're well, there's nothing for you to worry about. But if you are sick, there are only 2 things for you to worry about. Either you'll get better or you'll die. If you get better, there's nothing for you to worry about. If you die, there's only 2 things for you to worry about. Either you go to heaven or you go to hell. If you go to heaven, you have nothing to worry about. If you go to hell, you'll be so damn busy hands with all your friends, you won't have time to worry, so why worry? It makes sense, don't it?
That's great.
It is.
That's great. Do you guys get into any kind of health regime? Like, do you worry about him? Because have you heard that there's fallout or, you know, toxicity? Or you just
with
do
the
it with
silica dust flying around when he was doing the cleanup?
Because they're saying there's even worse than silica dust. But do you?
There was a lot of nasty things flying in the air.
But you're using this to create new realities, like positive thinking.
Yeah.
Because I sense you're really healthy, Frank.
Yeah. A few of my friends aren't though.
Really? A few of them aren't?
Yeah.
Did you wear a mask?
I had my HEPA filter.
Always?
Yeah, the whole time. I even slept it on.
That girl
You slept with it on?
One of your friends, she got something wrong with her.
Did she not wear it?
Something bad happened to her.
Did she not wear her mask?
Was she not wearing her mask?
They gave everyone those crappy, you know, 3M particulate filters, the little cloth ones.
Yeah?
Those things are garbage.
Really?
You know, they're fine for, you know, like if you're tearing down sheetrock or plaster wall. But for something like that, those little cloth masks.
But this wasn't sheetrock. I just want to show them that we're in Union Square.
Yeah. Those cloth masks, they don't do shit, so she's having some lung problems. A few other people, like they set up eye washing stations. You're supposed to go down every hour to the eye washing station to get your eyes flushed out. A few people would be like, oh, gung-ho, you know, I don't need to go get my eyes washed out. So now their eyes are all screwed up and scarred.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So you went and washed your eyes out when you were supposed to?
Every hour.
Oh my God.
Every hour.
Say, did you do that, Frank, because Gloria loves you so much?
No,
is she worried about you?
Your eyes, you only get one set of eyes. You only get one set.
I love how smart he is.
The dust itched. It itched. The dust itched.
You only get one set of eyes.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the dust
and
itched.
one set of lungs.
That's nice. But were you praying for him, Gloria? Seriously?
Yeah, I was. Every second of every day. Night too.
Wow.
I couldn't really sleep.
And he's sharing his apple with you there.
Here.
Yeah, you can hold that. Well, so tell me what you thought of the movie. Gloria said what she thought of the movie.
Well, actually pretty good. I would like to have seen it. I would like to see it again. I only saw it like twice.
Because there's another one called Down the Rabbit Hole. It means how deep into reality do you want to get?
Not all that deep. But I think like the more the more you come to realize like what is reality, the more unreal things get. So all you can do is just try to, you know, be happy, you know, let be. If you don't bother me, I don't care.
Do you think it's important to know more about what happened? Like, do you think we should do an investigation or not?
Yeah.
You think we should?
Yeah.
You think we should know what's happening?
I think the people, like, not only just the general public, but the people who lost loved ones, deserve to know.
They deserve to know,
because it wasn't no terrorist. The whole thing was planned.
But you know, some people say that the loved ones, they don't want to know. Like, look, just a second. Let me ask Gloria. If anything happened to Frank, would you have wanted an investigation?
Yes, I would, to the fullest.
To the fullest. But since nothing happened to Frank, do you feel like, just let's you know, move on?
What, with the Twin Towers?
Well, I mean, don't bother with an investigation. Do you think because you didn't lose him that you don't care as much? Because, I mean, I think it's weird we didn't have one.
Yeah, I think it's weird.
I mean, the one we had was dumb. It was all...
George?
No, it was all the buddies. It was not an impartial.
Yeah, it was all the good old boys.
Yeah.
All the good old boys. So it's like you're not going to get anything too concrete from the good old boys. The good, it's like not to say cops are bad, but like whenever there's a bad cop,
they're not.
I'm just using this as a hypothetical thing. Like, But you know, there's the blue shield, like the what's it called? Like the blue line of silence. Like whenever there's a bad cop, most of them just kind of turn the other way because they don't want to make just one bad apple spoils the bunch.
Yeah.
Good old boy system. You're never going to find anything truth out from the good old boy system.
Look, can you hold that a sec? I'll put it on the camera.
I was actually skimming through this.
Oh yeah, what'd you think?
I didn't get too far into it. Just skimming. Initially, it makes quite a bit of sense.
Well, no, I'll just sort of give you a thumbnail sketch of it. What it says is you've got patsies and moles. Like Guy Fawkes. And,
remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. For I can think of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Guy Fawkes.
Really? When's that?
Guy Fawkes was the guy who tried to blow up Parliament, but he was a patsy.
You know that? You're an historian. Hey, you do have that guy here.
Yeah.
He knows his history. I mean, you know.
Well, with a rhyme like that, how could you forget it?
Were you a good student, Frank?
When I tried to be, yeah. Yeah, I was. Could have done much better had I actually applied myself. You know, hindsight's always 20/20.
Right. Were you classmates, Gloria? You and Frank?
No, he's you're 3 years older than me.
Whoa, that's like way up there.
Yeah, when I was 16, he was 19.
Yeah, right. Was he smart in high school?
Yes.
He was. So it doesn't surprise you now that he knows about the gunpowder plot. Because that's exactly what Webster Tarpley talks about. Yeah. But most people don't really know history.
Well, also, there was also the movie that kind of like brought it out too, V for Vendetta. They delved a little bit into the history of Guy Fawkes in that too.
Well, basically, let's hold it up, and it looks nice against your green shirt there. But it says that the moles are the people who should have been indicted or at least fired, if not up for criminal charges, but instead they get promoted.
Yeah.
And okay, those are the guys. It's easy to find the moles because they get promoted when they should have been, you know, like put in jail.
Put in jail. You know what's funny though? Like, they can find Osama bin Laden hiding in a hole under some building.
Yeah. Now. But
they can't find Saddam Hussein. They can find Saddam Hussein hiding in a hole under some building, but they can't find Osama bin Laden. They can find the guy who has millions and millions of dollars hiding in a hole, but they can't find some little ragamuffin.
Well, actually, he's off the FBI list. Did you know that?
What?
Officially, yeah, he's off the list because they don't have any evidence. If that's what's weird. The media says he's the guy, and yet if you go and you do the research, the FBI says he's off the list.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. What were you pointing to, Gloria?
Oh, that triangle right there kind of reminds me of the Illuminati symbol.
Oh, I see. I don't know about the Illuminati, but now
that's funny that it's with the moles on that cover.
Yeah. Well, I guess what Webster's saying, okay, it's easy to find the moles, and the patsies are really vociferous, but they're kind of stupid. You know, they don't really have the ability to do what they what they're mouthing off about. But the guys who actually do it, you don't really know. They just sort of come in and do it and leave. But I think he's got all these symbols of the organizations to say that those are the big, powerful, moneyed organizations behind
Yep, the
it.
ones who knew, the ones who orchestrated it.
Yeah.
I think the towers are brought down just for the raw material.
Uh-huh. Just for the steel?
Just for the steel.
And what do they want to use the steel for?
New ordnance, new weapons, new ships.
New weapons? That's what I was thinking.
That's sad, isn't it?
No, it sounds also kind of makes sense. Like, nothing breeds medical technology like war. It's a sad truth.
Medical technology?
Medical technology.
Did you take a lot of vaccinations in the Army?
They gave him anthrax vaccination. They gave him anthrax
Really?
vaccination. And it's a new study. So I hope that it never backfires on him.
Right.
No, but it's like such a small post.
But still.
But you know, in talking to you two, you really have your heads on straight. You know what I mean? You've got a nice, positive attitude, and you've had buddies who didn't use their masks, and I bet even some who did, who might not be doing as well.
Well, no,
does he? Is that so?
They didn't have like the good mask.
True.
They should have worn the good masks. And they're just what they cost a little more.
Well, no, just like, all right, everyone kind of like thought like we were prepared for what we were walking into. No. There was no way anyone could have prepared themselves for walking onto that site.
Yeah, definitely.
The most goriest horror flick you'd ever see could not prepare you for what that site looked like.
Wow.
Even his father said that somebody 19 like you shouldn't have had to go through something like that or seen something that looks like that.
Yeah, no one should ever
until he was at least 30 years old. No one should have to see something like that until they're at least 30, but not at 19.
Wow.
And you got all these people saying, "Oh, I wish I could have been down there." Fucking assholes.
Who says that?
Sometimes, like, I pass by bars, like, especially now that the memorial for 9/11 coming up. So you pass by, you have all these people saying, "Oh man, I wish you could have been down at the site cleaning up." Fucking assholes. What's wrong with you people?
Wow.
Like, all right, you gotta appreciate the sentiment, because they wanted to pitch in, lend a hand. But no, you didn't want no. You know why there wasn't any footage of the site till 5-6 days later?
Why?
Like just aerial, but no like real walkthrough.
Why?
Because it was a human ticker tape parade. It was like human confetti.
Really?
You couldn't walk anywhere without stepping on fucking pieces of people.
Really?
Yeah.
And you did all of that.
Yeah.
And you were praying non-stop, huh?
Yeah. And his father said that the reason it burned for so long might have been because of all of the body fat and all the chemicals and everything, combination of things in the building kept heating up the steel and everything, so it kept the burn going.
So do you think that in that movie, what the Bleep, have you hold that up again. Do you think that...
I love this movie.
You love that movie?
Yeah, it's the truth.
Now, do you think when Dr. Emoto, he was the doctor who did that experiment with love on one water and, I want to kill you on the other, do you think that that's like praying? Is that prayer? And do you think you were praying for Frank in that way? I mean, that's the science behind what you were doing?
Yes.
Because he's in great shape.
Positive thinking. Positive thinking, positive hope, positive thought.
Right.
Thinking what you want, that you're going to get it in a positive way.
Yeah.
Or thinking that you're going to keep someone safe in a positive way, even though you're not near them. I think can help.
Yeah, you did that.
It's like a scientific prayer. And some type of quantum physics way, I guess.
Do you agree, Frank?
I'm not really too solid on that. Like the whole prayer thing is really not like my cup of tea.
Right. But did you when you said those guys wish that they could have been there, and you say no, you didn't.
No,
did you think at all about Gloria while you were walking around?
Actually, I wasn't really thinking about anything. Just all right, I'm here to do a job. That was it. Like the whole thing was just so overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Just so overwhelming. Like it's just so huge. Now, like when I pass by there, and the hole's so small. It really is a small hole.
Yeah.
But the site was huge at the time. The site was huge. But it's such a small hole.
Right.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
But again, back to the investigation. If you lost Frank, you'd be like devoting your life to an investigation, do you think?
Yes, I would.
You would?
I'd want a complete and thorough investigation.
Well, what about if I propose something? As a matter of Thanksgiving, maybe go for an investigation. You know what I mean? Support an investigation, just because...
I support an investigation.
What's that?
I wholeheartedly support a more thorough investigation because I'm not content with the answers that they've given. Like it just, they're hollow, like they're shallow. They're just, you know, quick answers. Like here's something. Shut up, public. And that's what I feel that they did.
Compared to what you sacrificed, really, because you risked your life, didn't you?
So did a whole bunch of other people. And a whole slew of people died.
Yeah.
They deserve more than just, you know, the little quick answer. Like here, you know, just dismiss the issue.
Right.
I think that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to like just write it off. Like, hey, look, we gave you your answer. Leave us alone. Let us go about our business.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get in trouble, especially for something so
But how about?
immense.
But Gloria, I know you're an actress, but do you feel exceptionally brave? Because some people walk by, they scurry by my booth, and they're glad I'm doing it. I can feel good energy from them, but they don't want to go on camera.
Really?
What do you think about that? Is that because you're so committed to creating a new reality? Do you think? Because it feels to me like you don't feel scared, you don't feel terrified. And I think the whole thing about the war on terror is it's got to start with us. We shouldn't be terrified. You know what I mean?
Shouldn't be, but the sad reality is like people are afraid of taking chances. Like the general public, like they're happy, they're content with their lives. Nobody bothers them. They don't bother nobody. They don't take any risks.
Well, why'd you decide to take a risk with me?
I don't see it as a risk.
You don't. So you're confident we have free speech. That you know nobody in the military is going to say, "Hey Frank, you shouldn't be talking this way."
No, see, I'm not in the military anymore.
Oh.
From being at the site. Oh, they got it working. Bravo, gentlemen. We were working on that for about 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
When they started the Homeland Security and I started posting this in the bridges and tunnels, once we left the site, I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping. It kind of fucked me up, you know, seeing all that shit. So I smoked a joint. And I got kicked out.
Oh, really?
Serves me right for smoking a joint.
He smoked it with me.
You're so honest.
And then he got kicked out of the army right before they sent him to Iraq. So I was like throwing a party.
So you mean like one joint got him out of Iraq?
3 pulls. 3 pulls of a joint was all it took to get me kicked out the army.
Just
3 tokes of a doobie.
I was so happy. I was like, yes, you're not gonna die now.
Oh my
I don't have to worry about you going and possibly getting killed.
My friend Joe Friendly is gonna be so...
I'm now eligible to re-enlist, but she won't let me.
Oh really?
No. I'm now eligible to re-enlist in the armed forces.
And you want to?
Yes, it's a great way of life.
It's a great way of life.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a 20-year war, so I really don't want him to join in now because things are going to get real nasty and crazy now.
But you know,
so? Maybe we can change it.
But the gear that they give you is so concrete. Like the flak vest, it's just our gear can't be fucked with. The American Armed Forces gear is it's the standard.
And what's going to protect your neck if you get shot in the neck?
The flak vests have collars that come up to here.
Hey, you guys.
Really?
Yeah, the flak vest, the American military gear is nothing to fuck with. They have the best of the best.
Hey, you guys, I got a proposal for both of you.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Gary Knowles? He did a movie called Friendly Fire.
I heard of the movie.
How about if you come over to my place and we watch it together?
Oh, that sounds
And then
nice.
I do another show of you guys talking about it. Okay?
Alright, I'll check that out.
Yeah, let's do that.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. And I'm going to show this to the producers of this movie.
Oh, really? You know them?
Yeah. Anything you want to say to them?
Hi, you guys are really smart and wonderful for making a movie like this and letting people know about the
You guys should have
reality.
promoted it more.
Yeah?
They should have promoted that more.
They should
Really?
have promoted this more, actually. I found out through a stranger at a bar.
Really?
3 girls told me about this movie.
How could they have promoted it more?
Billboards, TV commercials. Like, it's a very obscure movie. The movie should have been promoted more.
Well, you want me to tell you something? The guy who made it put $5 million into it.
Into promoting?
No, into making
the movie.
And everyone said you're crazy because people don't want to think that much. You know, it's talking heads, it's scientists. You're never going to get your money back. You're crazy. And he was not in the movie business, so he didn't listen to him. And he made the movie. And they were wrong. I think it grossed 11 million or 12 million. But he didn't he didn't have a lot, actually. It's not a mainstream movie.
No,
that's why. But
it should have been promoted more. I think a lot more people would see that movie. Like if they knew it was there.
They knew that it was there. Because I have a lot of friends that are into quantum physics and stuff. Like our friend Hayes is really smart and stuff. And yeah, I don't think enough people knew about this.
I wonder, maybe we should help him promote it, you know, tie it up with the 9/11 stuff, because you guys are like the poster boy and girl, you know?
That's kind of hard to, like, you know, tie that into 9/11, because 9/11 is kind of like its own thing. It's its own entity. It's its own beast.
Yeah. Well, I'm only thinking you're in good health, Frank.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I'm going to have some of the first responders on, the firemen, who had a lot of problems.
Oh, yeah.
And so we'll stay posted, okay? It's like a work in progress. Okay?
Yeah, some of those guys are all fucked up.
Huh?
Some of those guys are all fucked up.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We need to give them a little more of this kind of energy. You know what I mean? Not be victims, but at the same time, we don't say, oh, you know, it's your bad karma, you created that reality. That's what I mean. Does that make sense? Do you have any good buddies who had bad things coming out of their lungs and stuff like that?
I know a couple of friends who are just hawking up all types of crazy.
Really? Well, you know, Gary Knowles and stuff wants to work with people like that, so we'll stay in touch if they're open to you and you're open to something.
No, but
right. So we're going to go for knowledge, right? Clarity, even if it's painful.
Can't be any more painful than what happened to those people in the building.
Right.
Like the one guy who jumped from like the 100th floor. Imagine what kind of pain he felt.
Right.
So finding out the truth can't be no more painful than that.
Right.
We owe it to him.
Right.
You owe it to yourself.
You agree?